So, we're trying out some creativity. This was a deck that I wanted to play last week, but I ultimately didn't get enough time to. Some other stuff I wanted to try out, but this particular list that we are playing today is coming from the top 8 of the Saturday challenge, I want to say. This is a list featuring 4 copies of Divide by Zero. I think people are kind of split on this camp as to whether to play this or... I think other lists have like more copies of this, a 4th Impulse, something along those lines. But I like that Divide kind of gives you a little bit more flexibility, because if something like, you know, you can, if there's like a permanent that you need to bounce, you can bounce that. It's also a very good tempo play. You can loot to find your creativity. You also have like you have some things you can get if that comes up as well. Like later in the game, you can just get this and kind of do some stuff that way. So I think it's pretty cool. I want to try it out. But yeah, the goal of this deck is to cast Creativity, X equals 2 or more, put Worldspine Wurm and Xenagos into play, give the Worldspine Wurm haste, attack them, and they die. This deck is just basically all set up to that. We have 4 big scores to put tokens into play, 4 Fables also to put tokens into play, also to loot, to find Creativity. Removal spells, Fire Prophecy specifically is a good removal spell because it puts the creature, like if you just draw a Wurm or a Xenagos, you can put it back in the bottom of your deck for your Creativity. Very good. Impulse, another new card from Dominaria, just help filtering. Very good card. Secrets of the Key is pretty cool. It is, like, the fact that you can play it on turn 1, sacrifice the clue to kind of get you to, you know, to grease the wheels a little bit, and then you flash it back to make 2 tokens, so just very common pattern is like turn 1 this, turn 2 sack the clue, turn 3 who cares, whatever, turn 4 flash this back, get 2 clues, turn 5 you now have 2 things to Creativity, so that's pretty cool. 3 copies of Spikefield and 3 copies of Impulse. I think we're choosing to go with a lot of Spikefields here because against Mono Green, you can like team up a Prophecy and a Spikefield to exile an Old Growth Troll, but also like just, you know, obviously 6 ways to kill an elf on turn 1, very important. Only 1 Shark Typhoon, just a, you know, kind of an additional way to make a token, and also if the game gets there, you can, you know, attack people with the big shark, and then a couple of digs. Again, only 2 digs because you'll notice that the curve in this deck is like not the best at fueling dig, but having a couple copies is good to make sure you're smoothing out and finding your combo pieces on time. And then sideboard, we're choosing to go with 2 Hullbreaker Horror, which is here for the control matchups, 2 Koma, which I'm going to imagine we want this against Mono Green, but I found, like, in my experience, I found that the Xenagos Worldspine Wurm plan is good enough against them, so I don't really know if we're supposed to cut Xenagos and Worldspine for Koma. We'll have to see if we play against Green what we want to do. And then the rest of the sideboard, pretty straightforward. You know, Negates for control, Strokes for Mono Green, Angers for aggro, Fry for Greasefang. So, let's get started. But this hand is fine. I hope they're playing creatures. They are playing creatures. That thing's dead. It's dead. The question is, do I play Hazard or do I play Impulse? Because I don't have a 4th land. I'm just gonna play Hazard. One Gyarados in the board? Well, we can't do that in our Sultai deck, right? If you had to take a deck to an RCQ for Pioneer right now, what would you take? I'm trying to decide myself. Well, there are 2 RCQs this weekend that I unfortunately will not be playing in because I'm going to be commentating the NRG event in Fort Wayne. But if I was going, I would 100% play the Red-Green Boat deck. That is the deck that I would choose. I think it has a good Rakdos matchup, I think it has a good Mono Green matchup, and that's really hard to, you know, really hard to do in this format, is to have a good matchup against both those decks. It's just a very, very good deck. Yeah, I saw Canister playing the Fires deck. It looks good too. I don't hate that deck. Sylvan Caryatid. What am I impulsing here for? Oh man. Can I just take all 4? It's gotta be between Fable and Creativity, right? Oh god, this is tough. If I take Creativity, what am I doing with it? Because I can Divide by 0 for... just like nothing. I think I gotta take the Fable. I just hope that I can, like, Fable into Creativity. Like, it's weird because I kind of need both the Fable and the Creativity, but... we need Creativity. Well, here's the thing, right, Care Bear? This makes tokens and mana. I also don't have a 4th land. So, like, this card makes tokens, makes mana, and cycles these cards that I can't cast. So this, like, kind of does everything. Like, if I take creativity, I have creativity in 5 removal spells. It's just not, it's not doing anything. Are they semi-close? Definitely wouldn't mind to do one Sunday if there is one. I believe there is one in Nashua, New Hampshire, and then Ipswich, Massachusetts. I don't know how far that is for you, but I think Stonebrain kills creativity. Kinda, yeah. I mean, you can just... the thing about that is you probably just have to play, like, more main deck negates. Because realistically, you're never going to be able to spell pierce their Stonebrain after they Karn you. And it's like, it works out really weirdly when they're on the play, because they can play this on 3. But, like, you want to play Fable. So it's like, it just makes your curve kind of awkward. So I think you just have to main deck, like, 2 or 3 negates, which maybe you should do anyways for Karn purposes. Like, there's not a lot of counterspells in this deck, you know? To be fair, there's actually 0. There's just Divide by 0, but... I don't know. Like, maybe you just move the negates to the main deck to, you know, respect Karn a lot more. Because the thing about Karn right now, in this matchup, Karn doesn't really get anything that stops creativity, you know? It stops the treasures, I guess, but... The new Drafna Manifold Key Timeless Lotus is good enough for Pioneer. What's Drafna? Drafna D's nuts? Playing this deck in Atlanta a few weeks from now, planning on adding some of the new Lavaglide, maybe the new Teferi. I would not play the new Teferi in this deck. The Lavaglide could be okay, but I don't think I'd play Teferi in this deck. Too expensive. I don't think it's that card. I think it's probably a spoiler card. I don't know what it is, though. Drafna. Spike, how likely are you to play creativity in Atlanta? On a scale of like 1 to 10. Or not creativity, trickery. That's what I meant to say, trickery. You know what I meant to say. You said not good enough yesterday. It's the 2-1 that bounces artifacts for 1 and a blue. 2-1 that bounces artifacts for 1 and a blue. I'm trying to remember. We're just dead, right? You win. I was 100% going to play creativity as I thought it was a secret busto, but now I actually play trickery. You might actually play trickery. Oh, 10%. Okay. I would... I think you're going to have a bad time. Unless you're just like okay with gambling. Which I guess you might be anyways, but... I think it's like a slightly... unfavorable coin flip, as it were. Maybe I just had horrible luck yesterday when I was playing it, but... Okay, question, chat. Are we doing the Komas over the Xenagos and the Worldspine Wurm in this matchup? I don't think so. But, like, if Koma's not for this matchup, what matchup is it for? I don't know. I feel like maybe Divide by 0 is not exactly where I want to be. I don't really know how to sideboard in this matchup. I'm going to try cutting Divide by 0 for Stroke. Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, when you're on the play, I just want to do this stuff. I don't want to mess with Koma. And, like, it's probably never good enough on the draw. I don't know when it's supposed to be good, you know? I'm going to bring in the negates. I think I'm going to trim a Prophecy on the draw. Like, I have enough ways to kill elves, and these don't kill anything else in their deck, so... I think... Oh, I can cut the Shark Typhoon, actually. Keep, like, 1 Divide by 0, maybe. Let's actually play 2 Divide 2 Fire Prophecy on the play. And then on the... Actually, I don't know. Imagine being on the draw in Pioneer. Couldn't be me. Just win every coin flip 5-head. I mean, it's kind of hard to mull this hand, right? I know it doesn't have double blue, but... It does have 2 counter spells. Maybe this hand is too bad. I'm going to play this on 1 in case I draw Impulse. Also, I might just want to negate Kiora anyways. But yeah, it's like, if I don't want Koma in this matchup, where the hell do I want Koma? Is it good against the white decks, maybe? Maybe the theory is Koma's good against, like, white aggro? I don't know that it is, though. Oh, you know where you probably want Koma? Is Spirits. Because of Shacklegeist. That's probably where you want Koma, right? That kind of tracks. I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, no, because blue-white control, you'd rather have Hullbreaker Horror, you know? So, like, if you just wanted a threat specifically in the sideboard for blue-white control, you would just play more horrors. And I've played lists in the past of this version of this deck that had four Hullbreaker Horror. I don't know if that was correct, but I've definitely done it before. I'm going to negate this so I can stroke a Cav. Yeah, Watering It Burst stuff. So I can go main phase, Fire Prophecy, kill this, and then hold up Stroke. Back Creativity, probably. It's not bad. It's not a bad draw. Get Stroke their next play, big score next turn, and go from there. Stormtide Leviathan for the aggro decks. I think Canister was trying that a little bit. That card's not bad. How does this deck ever beat blue-white, to be honest? Yeah, the blue-white matchup is so bad. But, I don't know. Post-board, I think if you play, like, 3 to 4 copies of Hullbreaker Horror, and you just go, like, counter, horror, end step, like, you maybe have a chance, but you have to do something like that drastic to beat them. It's a horrible matchup. No. Don't fail me, bro. Leaving me behind. Yeah, I'll play that. And it's your turn. Well, let's hope I don't die. At least you crushed my Ignis deck. Oh, what creativity? Yeah, that's probably tough for the Ignis deck, huh? Just like too many red removal spells plus a turn 5 kill. And your mid-range plane is not nearly that good. Hey, Koma. Hey, Koma. Yeah, that's fine. You can have that. You can have that. So this is what, 7 mana? Casting a 3rd Karn? Sure, that's fine. I don't need to tap the treasures for mana. What can they get here for 3 mana that stops me? Oh, fuck, does Cage work against this? No, because this exiles, right? Cage does not stop this. Yeah, okay. They can't cage me. Runestone is worded the same way, right? I believe Runestone is worded the same as Cage. So I don't think they can get anything that stops me here. It's funny, even if they had a Brainstone, they only have 3 mana floating. So they couldn't even Brainstone me. Dude, oh my god, I just realized there's a card called the Stone Brain, and there's a card called Brainstone, and I'm going to get that wrong 100% of the time. Like, there's no way I'm ever going to get that right. Like, I'm going to Pithing Needle, I'm going to name Brainstone, and they're just going to Stone Brain me, you know? Okay. You know 100% that's going to happen. There's no shot. Is it even legal? No, it's not legal, but... Oh, I guess that's true, right? Because you can't name a card that's not legal in the set, correct? I think. Could have a deck reg error, though, yeah. Again, if the card's not legal in the format, then it's like... So what happens if I do that? If I register a card that's not legal in Pioneer, like, what's the infraction for that? I don't actually know. Like, let's assume, for the sake of argument, that, like, Lava Axe, right? Like, because somebody did this against me. They registered Lava Axe instead of Lightning Axe, but Lava Axe is Pioneer legal. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that Lava Axe is not Pioneer legal. Replaced with the basic land. Ah, okay. See, I don't even know if you get a game or a match loss, though, Spike. It is a game loss? Okay. Song request. What you got for me, Bad? Bad. Alright, let's go. Are we changing our sideboard plan for game numero 3? I don't think I want Anger against them, because I have so many ways to kill elves. I think this card's kind of shitty on the draw, though. I could see the 3rd Fire Prophecy over it, but... Like, Fire Prophecy's also not good against elves, right? Because I'm not killing the elf before it matters. I'm just gonna run it back. It's a Vayne.fm side project. Dude, Vayne is so good. I love Vayne. This hand seems nuts, right? Turn 1 removal spell, turn 2 impulse to find a 3-drop, or a counter spell. Turn 4 this, turn 5 this. Yeah, this hand seems perfect. You have the right card in your deck, but wrote the wrong card in your deck list. It's a warning for a GRV. The right card in your deck, but wrote the wrong card in your deck list. It's a warning for a GRV. Okay, because it happened to my opponent where they registered Lava Axe, but they had Lightning Axe in their deck, and they got a game loss. I don't think my life total matters, but... Nah, that was bad. I should have paid 2 life. In case they drew an elf. Alright, well, they didn't draw an elf. I guess even if they drew an elf, they would still want to play this, so... It's probably fine. Stroke was a very good draw, obviously. Am I hyped for Paper Pro Tour and World Champs from now on? Paper Pro Tour and World Champs, yes, I am. Extremely. It would get me to watch a lot more coverage. Like, it's so funny because the World Championships was an event that, like, I would always watch from start to finish. And this year, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I barely watched any Worlds this year. At all. I think I maybe watched, like, some of the finals, but I think I'm taking another counterspell. I'm not casting that. Your turn. Arena's way better to watch than paper. It just doesn't feel the same, Trey. But maybe that's just like me being a fucking boomer, you know? It just doesn't feel the same to me. You're making risotto for the first time tips. Number one tip with risotto, don't turn up the heat. Don't turn up the heat too high. You want the heat like low to medium. Tops. Number one thing about making risotto. Everybody always burns it. And add liquid. I would say you add liquid on average like every 3 minutes or so. Just like a ladle, right? Ladle of stock, stir it, 3 minutes. Ladle of stock, stir it, 3 minutes, so on and so forth. Cavalier of Thorns, 3 floating. No, I'm good. Instapots are OP. Yeah, but that's cheating. I've made risotto in an Instapot before, but it doesn't feel like risotto. Like I don't count that as risotto, you know. that's just not risotto. It's fake. It's like 30th anniversary risotto. Spawn me right there again. I have strong opinions on Mutavault and Red Green. Play 4 copies. Don't play less than 4. Play 4 copies. That is my strong opinion. Is that a strong enough opinion? It's good. It's good. Trust me. Trust me. I don't think I've ever had meta problems with the Red Green deck. Is it possible we should cut some Fables in the matchup? Yeah, maybe you're right actually. Because I don't ever, like, when I'm on the draw especially, on the play I think it's fine because you're not, like, worried about tapping out for it on turn 3. But on the draw, yeah, you probably should cut some Fables in this matchup. I think I like that. Once the rice is cooked, you can add as much liquid as you want. They have 4 floating. I don't think this matters, right? I don't think it matters. So wait, Seth, you don't add liquid, like, during the cooking process when you make it? Or are you saying, like, you just add a little bit at a time and then you can always add more at the end? Right, yeah, you don't want to add too much liquid during the cooking process, because that's one of those things where, like, you can always add more at the end, but you can't take liquid out if you've already added too much during the cooking process, you know? Would have been worth it to negate? Yeah, but I can't combo next turn if I negate. You know what I mean? Like, they're just dead. Why would I negate? You know what I mean? There's just no reason to negate. They literally can't get anything that matters. Now, if they had Brainstone in their deck, then it's a different story, right? If they had the Stone Brain, then I would have been forced to negate that. So, you know. Yeah, the Stone Brain really does make this matchup, like, a lot different. The texture of this matchup is a lot different on it. Sand sucks, right? Yeah, Sand's bad. Alright, we're on the draw. Where were you? Sand's like a perfect 7, but what do I put back? I think I shipped the Impulse, right? I'm shipping the Impulse. Oh boy. Well, wish I had shipped the other Impulse. What about the card that says fuck you to Greasefang? How much impact do you think that will actually have? It's weird, because, like, I think that card is good, but it's only good in exactly one matchup. So I don't know if it's worth sideboarding a card like that over something like a Duress or, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, that card is good against Greasefang, but what is it good against besides Greasefang? Like, it's just, it doesn't do anything against any other deck. So I don't really know if you can justify playing that card in your sideboard. Deathred Shaman? What year is this? Phoenix? No, because so you would pay 1 mana. See, okay, here's the problem with it against Phoenix. If you're on the play, what if they just have, if you cast it on turn 1, and they just have a hand that doesn't have a creature in it? Because they keep a lot of hands that don't have creatures. So, like, that could be a possibility. Or, I don't know. It's just like, it seems way too narrow. Like, yes, it's insane against Greasefang, but I just think it's a little bit too narrow against almost everything else. I'm just not a fan of it. The card that F's Greasefang, I don't know what it's called, but it's a single black mana. You look at their hand, exile an artifact or a creature, and then exile an artifact or creature from your graveyard as well. So basically, you cast it, you get the Greasefang out of their hand, and the Parhelion out of their graveyard. It's very good against them, but... Well, I mean, is it worth just 1 mana exile your Phoenix from your hand? Like, would you play that card? Probably not. I don't think that's a good card. Like, it's a little bit better if you can add, like, a Shredder or a Thing in the Ice with it, but... Holy fucking shit, dude. Bro, their deck is kind of based. We should play their deck, chat. Yeah, we should just play their deck. I'll play around a discard spell. You're playing Cling to Dust? You could play Cling. Have we tested the sick blue-black deck that won the challenge? I'm not really interested in playing blue-black control. Because I know for a fact I would never play that deck at a tournament, so... I'm just not going to play it. It's called Dreams of Steel and Oil. It's a really nice name. Yeah, it's just not something that interests me. I'm sure it's probably a fine deck, I don't want to play it personally. You ever added a Sue Beast to a risotto? I don't know what a Sue Beast is. I know a decent amount about cooking, but I don't know what that is. Yes, Shaman. I think I'd play like 2 copies. You don't want to play a ton, but I think a couple copies for the grindy matchups is good in Rhinos. Well, they have blue mana too. What the shit? What in the shit? I don't know if I care about that, but I guess I probably should. Because they're just dead next turn anyways, so... I guess I'll counter it. Am I looting or am I learning? I kind of don't want to loot, because I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to give myself the opportunity to draw a fatty. So... I'm just going to get a lesson. Wait, what? Wasn't only these cards highlighted? I assumed you had to click no, and then it would pull up the sideboard. That was weird. Oh, my sideboard was in a small window? Okay. I must have missed that. My bad. Divide the exploration. Well, I don't care about the push, because I'm just going to flip this, get a token, and play land 5. So I have 5 mana, plus this for lethal, so... It just doesn't matter. Think the new Young PZ is Pioneer playable? Yeah, I think it's very good. I'm super excited about that card. You didn't see this card, Giggy? It's blue-red for a 2/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, not just instant or sorcery, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a 1/1 artifact. It's really good. It's very, very good. Yeah, it's really good. Super excited about that card. Is it a soldier? It's an artifact, right? Artifact soldier, I think. Okay, so I don't know what they're doing, but our deck just kind of does its thing. What are they scape-shifting for? I'm so confused. I guess they're scape-shifting with, like, Valakut Exploration. I don't want a couple counter spells. I don't know if I want Stroke, though, because Stroke doesn't hit Exploration. I kind of just want Negate. So I'm going to cut the Shark Typhoon and maybe cut, like, a Secrets, maybe an Impulse. Play 2 Negates, call it a day. Let's try that. Alright, what did Seth say about the Subis? Separate ways. Different. Subis, onions time, onions time, bay leaf, peppercorn, simmer, take the sachet, puree at the end of risotto. It's going to make a plain batch risotto in 2 different flavors. Oh, that sounds awesome. Okay. Yeah, that sounds really good. Not this hand, though. This hand is not very good. This is now a cooking stream, chat. Red Presence Urborg me? Good. 1 lander or go to 5. I'm considering keeping this hand. I know I probably shouldn't keep this hand, but I guess I have to keep this. Not great, but it's probably better than the 6. Yeah, the Scape Shift was also going to get them a bunch of Valakut exploration triggers, so. So it gives them, like, a bunch of exploration triggers, a bunch of mana off Cobra. We probably would have been dead, I assume. T-Spain, I can't tell if you're trolling. Because people have been shitting on me all day for my opinion on that card. So I can't tell if you're legitimately trolling or not. But I do think that card's good. Sure. Okay, at least we're in the same boat, you know? At least we're on the same page. Do people think the Snapcaster Robot is modern playable? Ooh, combination. Combination deck. I don't know if that card's going to be playable in modern. Not sure. I think I'd play like a couple of copies in Rhinos, but not a ton, you know? Yeah, keep everybody on their toes. No, I'm good. So the question is, so what can I get? I can get this, or this. Probably get this, right? Again, I don't really want to loot because I kind of have everything I need. So looting gets me closer, like potentially closer to drawing a card that I don't want to draw. So I'm just going to get this. I think it's fine. The card is RAL bad. Which one? Get Science. Well, I'm not casting Science this turn. I'll hit a land off the big score. Come on. I'll hit a land off the big score. Couldn't handle the Swiss Beer reprint. Yeah, the Red-Green Legend, I think, is going to be good both in Bard class and the Boats deck that we've been playing. I think that's going to be good in Boats, too. Because it makes like your, like, especially in the mirror match, you can attack with your boats into theirs. I think it's pretty cool. And it's like 2 mana 3/3 that doesn't die to Bone Crusher Giant, which is pretty massive. Well, I could just discard the Fire Prophecy, right? I believe they're dead. Unless I either don't find a land or I draw a fatty. Okay. Did we draw a fatty? We do not. Alright, 2-0. Let's go. Let's go. Easy clap. My son is Colossal Dreadmaw for Halloween. So, you know, as many as you want, I guess. I revealed the Giganthos. This is probably the boat deck. Would I keep Triple Prophecy against the boat deck? I think so. It says draw 3 card. No, just draw card. Draw cards. Plural. Yeah, they not only could not fit the flavor text on this card, they also just couldn't fit the rest of the text on the card, you know? Forget about flavor text, we're shaving words. Draw card, draw card, draw card. Oh, man. I love it. It's great. Could also be Cat Oven. Yeah, looks like it actually is. Oh, never mind. So it's just boats without a 1-drop? Deal. Get to loot away probably the 3rd Fire Prophecy, because at this point they're just going to start casting other creatures. Probably going to loot away, honestly, maybe just everything. Yeah, if I cast this, I'm probably just going to loot away everything. Is Coffin good and green? I don't know. It's weird, because the fact that it exiles itself is pretty cool. So it's like, it's always going to buy you a turn. I don't know. Maybe. Like, what matchups do you think that would be good in? I haven't decided. I think it could be good, but... Where is your subscriber badge? It shows up for me. Well, now it does. Alright, I'll keep the Impulse now that they played an elf. Okay. Interesting. I think I might let them have an elf for a turn. Yeah. Now that I drew this. Like, what's the worst they could do? Play a boat? Do I care if they play a boat? Probably not. I think the extraction effect is good. The extraction effect is good right now. Yes. The Stone Brain 100% is going to be in the sideboard of Mono Green. I'm just not sure, like, how many matchups you actually want that protection against. If you have that kind of devotion against aggro, you can win instead of fogging. Well, yes and no. Sometimes you get into a spot where you have... Because what's the total CMC to do the thing and crack it? 5, right? Because it's 3 and 2. Stonebrain or Brandstone? I don't know. You're going to tell me. You tell me what's right. Yeah, Stonebrain is very good in the Green Mirror. I agree. They probably have Besage, right? Yeah, they definitely have Besiege You, because they didn't attack the Mutavault. Which means that I might not go for it. I don't really have to. Like, I can wait. They're not doing anything. Oh, I'll drew the Xenagos anyways. So, what if I just played Xenagos this turn? Or better yet, I could just Creativity for 2, put a Worldspine Wurm into play, even if they Besiege You me. They can't beat a Worldspine Wurm. Oh, no, they could have a Growing War. That would be bad. If I Creativity and they have a Growing War, I lose. So I think let's not do that. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not lose to the Growing War. War is a sideboard card? Not recently. Most lists have been playing it main deck. Divide by 0. No, because if I Creativity for 2, I have to basically tap out, right? I'm not gonna have any mana left over, and they can just go steal my worm, haste it, kill me. You could divide the worm. I can't. I would die. If I cast Creativity, and both of these die, and they have a Growing War, I lose the game. I think I'm just going to cast Xenagos, yeah. The only awkward part about this is I only have 1 treasure left over now, so I can't Creativity for 2 next turn to play around Besiege You. But... So, like, if they hold up Besiege You again, then it's kind of awkward. What I can do, though, is if they only hold up 2 mana, I can end of turn kill the... Like, if they hold up the elf, for example, I can just kill the elf, you know? But we'll see. See what they do. Was the Gearhulk Creativity deck not good? I think this version is a lot better than the Gearhulk version. Hey. Well, I'm trying to think. Because I could just let them go to attacks. The only thing is, if they have Besiege You, they're still just going to fire it off, right? Even if I kill the elf. Any RCQs this weekend? No, I'm commentating the NRG in Fort Wayne, so... And I'm doing both days, so no RCQs for me, which sucks because there's 2 Pioneer ones this weekend that I wanted to go to, but... Priorities. I committed to the NRG, and I didn't want to back out last minute, so... Yeah, I think I'm just going to kill the Stormseeker. Like, they're going to keep holding up Besiege You, and that's fine. Like, it just is what it is. I hope I spike an LCQ. Oh, I love commentating. It's so much fun. Okay, well, they're dead. They have lost the game, chat. Unless I draw the Worldspine Wurm. Did not draw the Worldspine Wurm. Will you take a second look at Dimir Tolarian Terror when Diabolic Intent is released with Brothers War? I don't think you want to play Intent in that deck specifically, because that deck doesn't have a lot of, like... The thing about Tolarian Terror is you need a lot of spells to fuel Tolarian Terror, so you don't have a lot of cheap creatures to also fuel to fuel Intent. So I just don't really think that that's where you want to be. Yeah, but if I do that, I don't have enough mana to kill them that turn, right? At our fingertips. 2, 1, meltdown. I don't care about boat, right? I guess I maybe kind of care about chariot, but kind of want to shave a Fable on the draw. Just like not that great against Bone Crusher Giant. Nah, I'll kind of dig. Without us. 1 to 2 intent looks kind of gas in modern creativity. Yeah, no. Just we're gonna shut that down right now. You don't want to play that in creativity. The problem with playing it in creativity is the only turn that you can cast it is turn 4, and most of the time you want to keep dwarves in play to be able to creativity, right? Especially if your red and 6 is dying, which it most of the time is, to Leyline Binding. So it's like, if your red and 6 is dying, you don't have an abundance of fetch lands left over, then it's like you're sacrificing your dwarf token to get the creativity, but then you can't cast the creativity because you lost your dwarf token, right? How do you put back the worm in your deck if you draw it? So you have Fire Prophecy, Valakut Awakening, and Fable, and Big Score, because this has the text of when it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. So you can discard it as well as put it back with Awakening or Impulse or Fire Prophecy. It's this tweet. Oh yeah, the Sodek tweet. I love that. I saw that. That was good. 1-lander, huh? I'm good. A 2-lander, right? Because hand's okay. Does the deck die to Binding on Worm? Yeah, it's not great against Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding and Wandering Emperor are kind of tough to beat. I do agree with that. I Man, I don't think I'm supposed to kill this elf. I think I'm supposed to play Valakut Awakening tapped. This is tough. This is really tough. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about blue mana. But the nice thing about playing a red removal spell here, I can go Riverglide Pathway Fiery Impulse. Well, I guess I would want a Spikefield, right? And then if they play another elf, I can go tap land, kill the other elf. They probably boarded out Scavenging Ooze, right? I think. All right, I don't know if this is right, but this is a little greedier. Like, this means I kind of have to draw lands now, but I want to. I wanted to give myself the opportunity to kill, like, a 3 toughness creature, potentially, but I guess I have this, so I didn't need to do that, but. And so, like, now if they play a Stormseeker, I can just go Prophecy, loot this away, right? Probably main phase if I don't draw a land, which, yeah. I don't want this thing to flip. I don't want this thing to flip anyways, so we get 2 shots at a land here. Yeah, I'm still gonna main phase it, because I think I put the Impulse back, right? Just to try and find land 4 naturally. Yeah. Okay, not bad. But I don't want it to go to Night. If I flip, yeah, if I pass, they just get a 3/4, so I have to do main phase. Play Archetype of Endurance and Creativity for 3. Oh, really? I didn't think about that, to play around Binding. That's actually super interesting. They have 2 cards. I think I'm just going to play Fable. Like, I don't think I can afford to Fiery Impulse and just kind of time walk myself. Does Archetype of Endurance prevent your enchantments from being targeted as well? Because can't they just Binding the Xenagos? Maybe you're fine with that if they Binding the Xenagos, because you still just have a giant thing. But Binding on Xenagos because you have 7 pips. Oh, right, because you have the Worm, the Xenagos, and the Archetype. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually crazy. That's actually nuts. Okay, I'm with you. We could try that. I don't hate that at all. That honestly sounds like a really good idea. Like, gets around all the white exile effects. That's a really cool idea. I assume you just main or sideboard the Archetype, right? Like, you don't need a main deck. And, like, yeah, you need a Creativity for 3, but you also have a lot more time against those decks, so that's fine. Okay, am I taking lethal if I just ship? Tap these 2, crew, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I go to 1. Okay, I'm just gonna not use the ability, and I'm gonna pass with Fiery Impulse up. If they just go crew, animate, 10 me, I'll just go to 1. And then I'll try and kill them. Oh, I guess flipping it to Knight's kind of bad. But I do have Koma, just play Stormtide Leviathan if you want to beat fast aggro. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I like that idea a lot. So against control, you have the Archetype, but you don't have the Hullbreakers, right? And then you have Koma against the aggro decks. Because, like, the theory is if you have Archetype, you don't need the Hullbreakers, right? Or maybe you still want them, I don't know. But then you run into these spots where, like, Creativity for 2 hits, like, Archetype. I guess if you Creativity for 2 and you hit Archetype plus Hullbreaker, that's not even that bad, right? Okay, this is still only 10 damage. Couldn't they have just done this differently? Oh no, it's 12, right? It's 12. Never mind, it's 12, yeah. So I have to go... Oh no, this is fine, because I have the Fable flipping. Yeah, this is fine, right? I just go... Oh no, because I have to discard the Impulse. So I have to get lucky, right? I have to big score into 1-mana removal spell. Yeah, I have to get lucky. Maybe I discard the Creativity, actually, because there's already an Impulse in the graveyard. So here's my out. Discard Creativity. Obviously, draw Creativity. Use a treasure. Impulse a 2/2. Take 10, go to 1. I think that's my only out. And I already have an Impulse in the graveyard, so... I only have 3 of these in my deck. Okay, and that doesn't do it. So this is 10. Gotta draw the Creativity. Wonder if I could have played this differently. Killed my own shaman. It doesn't matter. I'm dead or I'm dead, you know? Like, doesn't matter all that much. Could I have played this differently? I don't know. Maybe. I maybe could have played that differently. Against control, I think you just want all your uncounterable stuff. Oh, like you want to bring in Koma and Hullbreaker Horror? Oh, I see. So that's like your plan is just bring in a bunch of uncounterable threats. Would you ever consider like cutting some number of creativities against control if you're doing that? Maybe. I guess you have enough dead cards to cut, right? You have like Impulses, Fire Prophecies. You probably already have enough stuff to cut. Also play a lot more Typhoon than most people. I saw a list with, I think I saw a list with 4 in the 75. Would I make any changes to Green-Red Boat? Still not decided on Fable in that deck. I think it's good, but I don't know how many you want to play. But yeah, I want to play some number of Fables. I just don't know what the correct number is. Spikefield 6 lands, huh? Okay, this is better. Oddly enough, kind of want to put back the... No. What if I put back the Fire Prophecy? And I just go Spikefield your elf, turn 2 Impulse. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, I like this. What would you think? 2 Fable, 4 Crone War? No, I think 3 a Crone War is a good number of a Crone War main deck. I don't think I want to play all 4. It's like, it's a good card, but you don't ever want to draw 2 against Rakdos, I think. But, yeah, I mean, like, even though Fable's not the best in the deck in general, just having turn 2 Fable is just so messed up, you know? So now we should define creativity. Every time I look at the Bro Commander deck visual spoiler, I get pissed off with the planes. I haven't seen the planes yet. Why are you mad at the planes? I think it's fine against Rakdos, but you don't want to draw 2 copies. So I wouldn't have all 4 in my deck. I think I'd take Divide by 0. Okay, we can loot that away with the Divide by 0. This thing? Why does this make you mad? This land looks awesome. This land looks so incredible. You think it's ugly? What? This shit looks dope. No shot. No shot, bucko. This shit looks dope. What are you talking about? Ugly. Get the fuck out of here. I think it looks good. I like it a lot. I guess I'll hang on to the Sokenzan. Chance that I might want to do that thing. Looks like it wants to be a mountain. I mean, it doesn't... I guess that's fair. It doesn't look like that much of a plains, but I think it looks nice. Go for teaching in the spot as well. Think so? Even with the big score? I'm greedy. I want to just try and find my my creativity as fast as possible. But maybe it's better to get the teachings there, because I'm high enough on life, like, they don't have much pressure. They don't have any pressure, so I probably have time for teachings there. I'm just generally pretty greedy. What's up, ape shit? Is it ape shit or ape shift? I never know. I guess there's like a small chance that I would kill this. Probably not, but maybe I could kill it. Because I'm going to flashback this. Like, obviously, it makes it so I can't kill them next turn. But nah. I'll hold. I'll hold. Ape shit. Okay. In all my bride. I don't think I need to kill the elf. I could have impulse main phase, but you buy more than one turn if I kill it. Yeah, but I can't kill them next turn if I, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to kill them, dog. I'm just trying to kill them. I guess main phase impulse is good if I hit like removal spell and nothing else, because then I can kill this main phase. But I kind of want to flash this back. Yeah, I'm gonna flash this back. Cinder Vines. Okay, I will just respond. Make 2 clues. Can I just hit creativity for 1? I could, but then what if I just hit a Xenagos? Like, putting a Xenagos into play is not great, you know? If they would stop me from killing them. Yeah, but I just want to kill them as quickly as possible, you know? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I can impulse, and then even... Yeah, I can impulse, and then if I hit it, they're dead. So let's impulse now. This is getting kind of sketchy. You have 3 cards in hand. I take big score here, right? I kind of want to Sokenzan this turn, or at least hold it up, right? Maybe I just don't play a land. Because then even if I have to sack a treasure, still have the 2 clues. Maybe it's just better to go Sokenzan, discard Steam Vents, and just lose that ability. I don't think of, like, what's the worst case scenario? They play, like, Stormseeker, Animate Mutavault, and that's still only 6 damage? This is tough. I don't know if I want to sack a treasure. Because leaving the treasures also, I think, allows me to sacrifice the clue next turn. I'm just going to play this. I think it's better to keep the treasures. It's kind of close, but... Is there a benefit yet from MTGO migrating to Daybreak Games? I feel like they thought it was going to be a bigger deal than it is. Not that I'm aware. I think they changed like a couple small quality of life things, but nothing too major. Not that I'm aware of. Mutavault's great. I'd play 4, 100%. Mutavault is excellent, especially because like the Mutavault is so sick with this too, because you can just, you know, you can play a Mutavault, animate it, and then immediately get 3 power. Like, I love Mutavault in this deck. I think it's very good. It also just, like, there's been so many situations where obviously you're playing 24 lands, so you flood out pretty often, so having stuff to do with your mana is good there. But it also just, like, Cruise Boat, you know? Like, 2/2 plus 1/1 Cruise Boat. That comes up a lot. Or, like, Mutavault plus random other 2/2 Cruise Boat, you know? Like, that stuff just comes up. I guess I'll big score first. Just in case I want to kill something. I might. When the score is big. So this puts me to 4. And then I can Creativity for 3 on, you know, because there are reasons to not cast a Fire Prophecy here. I can't think of one. They've already played their land. I cannot think of a reason. Player on Cindervines? Yeah, I have 6 mana. I'm going to Creativity for 3. They're going to pop 1, and then I'm still going to Creativity for 2, right? I have 6 mana. Unless I draw a creature. Did not draw a creature. 1, 2, 3. Dedge. Yeah, drawing a piece. 3-0, let's go. They fired off both vaults. I doubt they have much gas. Yeah, that's true. True. Easy. What's the name of the white Rex Sage? I don't remember. I know it's legendary. I played the red-green boat deck for sure. Hand's good. Mana Confluence. What the shit? Mana Confluence Duress. This is probably just Greasefang, right? Took the Fable. Fable. Yeah, Pure Modern's gonna be dope. I am super excited for Pure Modern. I feel like my life total doesn't matter, and I'd rather not give up the fact that I drew a land. Because they don't know about these 2 cards. Brew. Oh, this is Neoform. Okay, this is Neoform. You know what's good against Neoform? Counterspell. Yeah, that resolves. No, this is Neoform. The answer is Loran of the Third Path, yeah. Loran of the Third Path is the White Reclamation Sage, which I think that card's good. I like that card. It's a human, too, which is obviously very important. Yeah, so what their deck is trying to do, for those of you who don't know, they're trying to get either Gurmag Angler or Tassigur into play, and then they're trying to Neoform... Wait, no, it's just... Is it just Angler? I can't remember. Either way, they're trying to Neoform and put a Velomachus Lorehold into play, and then attack a bunch and cast, like, these kind of big-time walks. That's what they're trying to do. Quad Sleeve David Wong. Is that who this is? I didn't know that. Angler and Mandrills. Okay. I gotcha. I didn't know that's who this was. I do remember the stories of the Quad Sleeve taking turns guy. I didn't know that's who this was, but... Well, I'm not casting that next turn, but I think it's maybe fine to take. Honestly, it might just be better to take this. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I like this a lot better. Because now I can hold up Counterspell for Neoform. If they don't do anything, I can cast this and loot away, like, this and this. I like Divide or some number of main counters. Yeah, I don't know if Divide's like the best counter spell, but I think I'm gonna loot here and not get a thing. I think looting is better. Oh, okay. No. Never mind, we're not looting. Just kidding. No looting necessary. So, I will cut Fiery Impulse, and I will cut Fire Prophecy. This is only 58, though. 58, huh? Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you play Neoform, right? I don't think I want more fatties. All these cards seem bad, right? I go in the Fable plus Shark plan a lot. Divide is better when you try and grind with value. Yeah, that is true, because you can get some good value cards out of the sideboard, so I like that. That makes sense. I'm sorry, Seth. That is the classic Modern experience, right? Is Fry good? Oh, because it kills Velomachus. No, it doesn't, right? Because Velomachus gets a counter? Yeah. I guess I could just keep a couple Prophecies, which I can maybe cast on, like, a Tassiger or something. Spell Pierce? Yeah, I've seen people play Spell Pierce, too. Spell Pierce is just really good in the format. Well, Sand does not have a counterspell. It does have Secrets and Big Score and Creativity. That said, am I supposed to mulligan to a counterspell in this matchup? Don't keep Blood Moon in your deck versus Humans on the draw. Yeah! Nah, you're good, Chef. You're good, Seth. You're good. It's fine. Nah, we can let Seth vent. It's okay. We can let Seth vent. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I don't know if I like the K-Komas. This hand's really close. I think I'm actually leaning towards keeping it. I don't know if that's a mistake, but if Koma's not good against mono green, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to want it against. And like, I don't want to cut the combo against mono green, so I'm kind of off the Komas. I like Ryan's suggestion of just adding Archetype of Endurance for the white enchantments. That actually makes a lot of sense. Love the Bezo bucks. Thank you, Emion. What's this? Contingency plan. Emion, thank you so much for the 3 months, buddy. Much appreciated. With that Twitch Prime. If anybody has Twitch Prime, well, if anybody has Amazon Prime, 1 free sub a month. Don't forget to use your Amazon Prime subscription. You don't want to be giving money to Jeff Bezos, so. Want to keep this on an interactive hand? I don't know. I probably I said that I probably shouldn't have, but you know. Are they a Titan's Nest deck? No, they're playing Neoform. Well, I can beat a 4/5, right? Fable's not bad. We're dead? I don't think we're dead. Wait, do I just hold up Stroke? No, because if they draw Neoform, I can't stroke the Neoform, so. Let's play Fable. Pretty sure Dig is bad in this build of Creativity, but don't really fill up the graveyard that quickly. Well, yes and no. Like, we have Fable, we have, like, I guess that's really it for, like, early stuff. We have some 1-drops. Yeah, I don't know. Dig's not that great. I could see cutting the Digs. Yeah, maybe the 1 Dig is good. Like, there's 2 Digs in this list. Maybe you cut the 2nd Dig and play the 4th Impulse. Why not Sage of the Falls and Locust God? I believe it's more deterministic versus mono green. Well, then you just, like, open yourself up to removal spells, you know? Like, the point of playing specifically, because Sage is a 5-drop, right? I guess you can't Fatal Push it. I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is. I'm sure there's a reason, but I just did. Cool. Cool deck. Play more Sharknado? Yeah, maybe. I kind of want the 4th Impulse, though. Chat, we can't lose to Neoform. Not like this. This man is kind of awkward in this hand, right? Because we can't cast turn 2 Impulse. Yeah, to ship this. Alright, I'm going to keep this. I think I'm putting back Shark Typhoon. Well, I have 2 counterspells, so I think we're fine. Are the LCQ just firing as they fail? No, they're filling fires. They're 32% filling fires. This one. Go. Could also add a Deluge. I think I'd rather have the 4th Impulse at that point. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think you want Deluge, because the card that you want to be casting on turn 4 is Big Score. Honestly, if I was adding a 4-mana draw spell, I'd probably just play, like, 1 Windfall or something. Which I think maybe this deck could just play, like, 2 Windfalls and be fine with it. Can never vote against Hooting Ape decks for obvious reasons. Yeah. When the ape is hooting, Fires of Victory. I want it to be a draw spell. Like that last slot, I want it to be a card draw spell. Well, since I'm not casting Fable next turn, I'm either taking land or Secrets, I think. I honestly kind of want to take Secrets. Think I can Fable? Oh, they only have 3 cards in the graveyard. Sure, I guess that's fine. Alright, they can't kill me, right? Yeah, okay, we can Fable. So let's take a land then. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, let's just do it. Oh wait, I clicked on the wrong card. I meant to... I'm stupid. For some reason I thought I had the Fable in my hand. I just brain farted there for a second. I just brain farted. Yeah, it's fine. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just brain farted. Streaming is hard, chat. I still can't win. See? I told you, streaming is hard. Take the wrong card off of Impulse, draw the best card in the deck. It doesn't matter. It just simply doesn't matter. I just had it the whole time. Literally does not matter. So if I big score... No, this is actually fine, right? Because if I big score, I have 2 Disdainful Strokes in my hand. Even if they take a stroke, I can just sack the 2 treasures and stroke their big idiot, right? Like, who cares? Like, this just doesn't matter. I did take a stroke. Okay. Counter it. Not gonna not counter it. Those are the words that I said, yes. Those are indeed the words that I said. I think I should maybe hold the lands. I can maybe afford to play one of them. Because I do kind of want a 5th land and play for creativity. Oh, they just scooped. Alright, cool. Nice deck. Nice deck. 4-0, chat. You know, finagled a smaller line with him, but... Sand's, like, fine, right? It's a 2-lander. Alright, I'm in. 2 Grisfangs top 8. I think if there's, like... Oh, yo! I got 5 on it. Tree of Antiquity with the 5 gifted subs. If you got gifted a sub from Tree of Antiquity, be sure to thank them in chat. And if you didn't, I want to see those Joels. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Much appreciated. What I was thinking is, if there are any combination of 3 either Sacrifice or Greasefang decks, I will win that bet. I will 100% win that bet if there are 3 copies of either Sacrifice or Greasefang in the top 8. So that's basically the number that I'm taking, right? Scrap Heap Scrounger. I don't love casting Fire Prophecy here, but I don't have a 3rd land, so I kind of have to. Well, I still don't have a 3rd land. Or another deck using it. I haven't thought about other decks that would want to use it outside of specifically Greasefang and Rakdos Sacrifice. I think those are like the 2 most obvious homes, but I haven't thought about it after that. I'm sure there are other decks that want to play it, but... Green Black Elves. We're talking about Diabolic Intent, Blue Sky. Diabolic Intent. Shit, we're dredging. That's not good. Yeah, it's going to be good in Rakdos Sacrifice. It's going to be good in Greasefang. Those are like the 2 easy shoe-in homes. Like, those decks will want to play a minimum of 3 copies in both of those decks. I thought about potentially doing... It could be good in Elves. I could see splashing it in, like, Goblins if you can afford to play enough... If you can play enough Rakdos dual lands, I think that might be okay. I think it's also going to be... Potentially, there could be, like, a Delirium deck that plays Supplier, Wayfinder, and Intent. I could see something along those lines. There's so many different things that I want to try with it. Yeah, Citadel. You're going to play it in Citadel. Like, I would... honestly, when that set comes out, I'm probably going to be playing Diabolic Intent decks for like 2 weeks straight. That's how like all in I'm in on. That's how all in I am in on this card. I think it's really, really good. I'll think about else. I haven't sketched out the list yet, but I think it's very good. I'm at 14, huh? I just have to figure out if I can afford to shock here. So let's discard this. Discard this. Okay, I don't have to shock. I think I just hold back the Shaman token so I can block a Scrap Heap Scrounger. Or at least, like, force them to cast Driven to Despair. So if they flash this back, they go end of turn Scrap Heap. I have to discard 3 cards. So I respawn, big score, discard secrets. Yeah, this is fine. I'm just going to pass. I guess I could attack, right? Actually, no, attacking is better. Because I can't block if they do this thing anyways, and now I actually have an extra mana to be able to cast Fire Impulse. I guess this is maybe the downside to attacking, but I would get into post-combat X equals 2. Post-combat X equals 2. How am I doing post-combat X equals 2? I can't. I don't have enough mana. Yeah, I don't have enough mana. So this is actually... actually, this might get a little dicey. Okay, they're not getting back Scrap Heap Scrounger. Which... That's very good for me. They fucked up. They should have Grizzly Salvaged, I think, in combat, right? Yeah, they messed up, I think. I think they messed up. They hit it all, though? Well, it doesn't matter. They're dead next turn, right? I don't think it matters what they hit. What's with the weird decks you're playing against this league? Yeah. Okay, they're flashing back Despair. That's fine. Hard to say, but do you think it could be bad for the format? No, I mean, I think it's fine. I went a little overboard the first time, but I think it's fine for the format. Okay, so before damage, we big score. Discard Steam Vents, I think. And then I can go Fiery Impulse, kill this, take 2, discard these 2. Yeah. They're not dead with that board. Oh, you're saying if they like left back blockers? Yeah, potentially. Discard key, always confirm you have enough lands for X equals 2. Well, if I miss, I have a 3rd treasure, right? So if I miss, I just don't cast the Impulse. But maybe you're right. Oh shit, they can have Fatal Push, right? Oh, but I can play her on Fatal Push, right? I can do it for 3. Right? But there's no reason to do it for 3. I can just target Reflection... Wait, why? What am I... I'm so lost, chat. What am I saying? They can't Fatal Push me anyways. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying right now. I don't understand what's happening. I was thinking about something different, but... I was dredging the 4-0 queue. Are they 4-0? They could have Tear. Oh, Tear Asunder. Yeah, I guess I could have played... I guess I could have done it for 3. Probably should have done it for 3. I don't know if they're in the 4-0 queue. It tells you the opponent's record, if I can find it. Yeah, okay, we're playing against the person who is 0-0. Reasonable pairing, right? 4-0 playing against an 0-0. Yeah. Well, you know, we take those. That is a we take those moment. All right, so playing against Dr. Edge. I think I'm just gonna bring in Anger, and I don't like these digs. I'm just gonna cut the digs. I guess dig is like decent against sideboard discard spells, but Tear just wins against you, so no matter how much you do it for, they exile Xenagos. Oh yeah, that's true. But then they have to beat a Worldspine Wurm, which I guess they could have done that game. Yeah, we are both undefeated, technically. I was waiting for it, Otter. It's not going to ruin Pioneer. Look, you're the one who said it was going to ruin Pioneer. I never said that. The card will be good. People will play it. But it's not going to ruin Pioneer. Yeah, that's true, Chalice, yeah. If they have 4, they can exile the Worm. That's why playing around Wandering Emperor is so tough. I actually love Ryan's suggestion of adding I love your suggestion of adding Archetype of Endurance. So you just go X equals 3, flip Archetype of Endurance, Xenagos, and Worldspine Wurm, and the cool thing is that the Archetype gives you enough devotion to turn on the Xenagos so they can't kill it, you know? Whereas, like, otherwise they could Binding the Xenagos. They can't do that because it's now a creature. So, it's actually really sick. What a turn 1 supplier they got. Driven to Despair. I mean, this is honestly better for me than, like, you know, Amalgam Narcomoeba, right? Thinking, is it Pyro deck is viable with 8 copies of Pioneer? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start there. I'm gonna play that deck a little bit too. I think the build that I want to try is like 4 Pyromancer, 4 new Pyromancer, 4 Ledger Shredder, and just all spells. I think those 12 creatures are great, and then you play like, you know, Opt Consider, Fiery Impulse, maybe Play with Fire, Treasure Cruise, that kind of stuff. I just think if you just stop there at the threats, I think that's fine. I think that's enough threats. I don't want to kill the supplier, right? No, I don't. Well, actually, if their plan is to do this next turn, killing a supplier is not terrible, but I'm just not going to do it. Wish I had that last turn. I mean, I have to cast Fable, right? The thing is, they're almost certainly going to do this because they have 2 copies, but maybe a couple Drakes. You think 8 is way too many? Really, you think so? Yeah, you probably want of 1 mine too. Wow, they're not doing this. I'm just going to take 6. Seems like they're kind of out of mill enablers. Probably casting Haunted Dead. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. But now I can go Fire Prophecy this, Spikefield this, discard 2 lands. Okay, let's attack, I think. And then if they cast Driven to Despair, I'll go kill Supplier, kill Haunted Dead. Wow, they're trading. I guess trading does kind of make sense, right? Maybe I'm okay with the trade. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. And now maybe I can just fire off Big Score. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have an extra treasure now, too, which is big. Because I can actually Big Score and Spikefield and still keep 2 treasures in play if I draw the Creativity. They're not casting Driven to Despair. I mean, I'm just gonna kill the Stitcher Supplier. Take 6, go to 6, and then cast Big Score. Feeling very insecure about these bits. Well, that's what you get for doubting. Okay, you have a Wayfinder. They could have 2 chills. They hit 1 chill. Actually kind of scary. Well, we kind of have to kill them now, so... Yeah, they could have also cast... They stack, right? Despair stacks. I think it stacks. I think we're dead. Because I can't jump block this. Do I have any outs? I can Big Score into Anger of the Gods, I think is my only way out of this. Then go land Fire Prophecy Anger. It's my only out. It was my only way out of this. I still feel like I'm in a bad spot, obviously, but not dead. I don't think I'm winning this game, but... Oh, yeah, they just Haunted Dead, right? Yeah, alright, we're dead. Yeah, I forgot about the Haunted Dead. Damn it. I think I maybe threw that game. I don't want 8 Pyro because you really can't play other creatures. Pyro isn't great in a lot of matchups. Well, that's what I'm saying. You just play 12 creatures and all spells. That's enough, right? Like, you don't need other threats if you have 8 Pyromancers. I don't think you do. This hand's kind of sketchy. It's good against Supplier, but I think I'm going to ship this. Okay, this is better. I think I'm putting back Divide by 0. Yeah. Went to 5. It's good. What do you think about the Transmogrify Gruul? I don't think that deck's better than Creativity. At least in my opinion. I don't see the appeal to playing that over Creativity. I don't think the deck's bad, but just not a big fan of it. Like, Ob Nixilis feels so weird in that deck. Casting cost of the new card that makes artifact creatures for each non-creature spell. Don't remember. Oh, blue-red, the new Pyromancer. Blue-red. Gather the pack. Okay. They hit a Narcomoeba. Okay. You have a Narcomoeba. Do pairings ever consider past leagues? I don't think they do. I guess we take Valakut Awakening. Ding. I was just gonna take Fable off of the Impulse, but now that we just drew it, then, you know. How much better do you think this build is compared to Gearhulk Opus? A lot better. Like, the thing about Gearhulk Opus, A, it requires more setup. Like, you have to have an Opus in your graveyard for your creativities to really do enough, especially against mono green. Like, if you're flashing back a Prismari command and a Shock against mono green, I don't think that's ever enough to beat them. So it's like, I don't really think that version actually has a good mono green matchup. And I also think it's a lot worse against well, maybe it's better against Rakdos, because, like, you have a better, fair game plan. You're just casting Gearhulks, but I don't know. I think I'd rather be better positioned against green and slightly worse against Rakdos, because I think this version is still fine against Rakdos, you know? Maybe all my O1 drops tank my MMR. I don't think that matters. I think I don't really have time for this Awakening now. Perfect. Go attack, have the extra mana for creativity next turn. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, buddy? I think we're about to get the 5-0. I don't want to jinx it, but someone that has played only blue and red cards, I've wanted to trim on Pyros more than I wanted more. Really? Okay. Was it just like the decks that you were playing before? Because I think you could build... I'm just saying that I think you could build a different version. You know, that was kind of the idea. I think that Lotus can run the Black Tutor. No, you only have Grazer. There's like no other. What? Wait. What if we put Wayfinder in Lotus Field? Because Wayfinder finds Lotus Field. Is that stupid or no? What do you think about that, chat? Wayfinder in Lotus Field to enable Diabolic Intent. Is it bad? It's probably bad. I've seen worse cards. Yeah, I mean, I kind of have too, but I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, so what can I play around? I mean, I guess I just do it for 3, right? Yeah, I just do it for 3. Because if I do it for 2 and they have, like, a Disenchant, it's kind of bad for me, so I'm just gonna do it for 3. Although now, okay, they don't have Terra Sunder. They have been defeated, chat. We did it! Woo! We did it! What's this? Black. The fuck is this? Okay. It's like, wait, what? Is there a card that exiles my creature for black? Uh-oh. I was scared for a second. Please tell me there's not a 2-mana removal spell that exiles. Scared the shit out of me. What deck are they playing? They're playing Dredge. Yeah, not an instant. I've solved this deck. You play Emberstorm Predator and Bear of the Heavens. No. just no. Alright, well, for the YouTube folks, because this one will definitely be on YouTube. Deck's great. Easy 5-0. I think, as we talked about during the league, I would want to cut the second dig for the 4th Impulse for sure. We talked about the archetype of Endurance, which maybe is just better than playing the Komas, because I don't really think this is where you want to be against mono green. Like, you just want to go all in on the combo. And against Control, having access to the archetype allows you to protect your Wurm and your Xenagos. So that's a really cool addition. I think I'd probably try one of those to bring it against Control. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.